Greetings. This is Shishti Khemka, your host at Idea Usher. Today, I'll be giving you a detailed walkthrough of the table booking app for a restaurant. It's a convenient and quick way to make reservations without any hassle. I'll first begin with the restaurant panel and then move on to the admin panel of the application. So, without further ado, let's begin. To log into the platform, users can enter their email ID and password and then click on Login. In case they have forgotten their password, they can reset it by clicking on the Forgot Password option, entering their email address, clicking on Send OTP, and entering the code that is being sent to their email address and then clicking on Verify. Now they can successfully update their password. Moving on, we click on Login. Now, the user has to enter the restaurant name, about a few lines about the restaurant, their address. They can also upload recent images and then click on continue. Once users are logged into the platform, they'll be able to view the dashboard. Here, they can have a look at the total revenue, total menus, total bookings, and total customers that they have accumulated so far. They can also have a look at the booking summary and the upcoming reservations that they have for the restaurant. They can also have a look at the recently booked profile of all their customers that includes the booking ID, customer name, date, time, amount, payment time, and status of the same. Users can have a look at the notifications from this bell icon on top, and here they'll get a series of all notifications that they have received. Next, we move to the reservation panel. Here, the user can have a look at all the new reservations, wait-listed ones, reserved ones, as well as the scheduled reservations for future purposes. They can also click on the action button and get a detailed view of the same. This reservation shows us the booking ID, customer name, contact number, and all other details such as time, amount, payment type, and even the items that were ordered. On clicking on Mark as complete, the user can add a new dish or add any other required item for the table number that they are operating and then click on Add. Similarly, they can do the same for the waitlisted panel as well as the reserved panel. In order to mark the calendar, they can click on the View on Calendar section and have a look at all the upcoming reservations that they have booked in their calendar. To add a new reservation to their books, they can click on the Add New, then click on Add Instant Reservation and add all the details necessary about the reservation and then click on Add. They can also click on Schedule Reservation to schedule a reservation for a future date and click on Add to add the same to the calendar. Similarly, when we come to the menu panel of the app, here we can add a new dish by clicking on this option, entering the details and then clicking on Add. We can also delete an item from our list by clicking on the delete icon over here and then clicking on yes delete. Coming to the customer panel of the application, here we can view all our past customers, our blocked customers as well as our removed customers in the database. In order to view further details about any of the customers, we can click this icon and then we'll get a detailed view of the same. We can also click on this button to block a user from our database. Moving on, coming to the table view, this view shows us about all the available tables that we have or all the reserved tables that we have in our system. We can also add a new table by clicking on the new table option, entering the required details and then clicking on add. This panel also shows us a few analytics such as sales, visitors, and our app location, which means the amount of sales we've had in the last few months or weeks, the amount of visitors we have, and the growth rate this shows, and also the places where our application is being used all over the world by visitors. The setting panel allows us to choose a language we want to operate the application in. It also allows us to activate or deactivate other features such as two-factor authentication, mobile push notifications, desktop notifications, and email notifications. Now, to view or change anything about our profile, we can go to this section, click on View Profile, And then we can edit our profile from here. We can change our name, contact number, or address and click on update in order to change it. We can also update our password from this option over here. Lastly, in order to log out from the application, we have to click on the logout button and will again be brought back to the login page. Thank you. Now we begin with the admin panel. Similarly, the admin here can register to the platform by entering his email address, password, and in case he has forgotten his password, he can reset the password by clicking on the forgot password option. Next, the admin gets taken to the dashboard of the application. Here, they can have a look at the total revenue, total orders, menu, and the staff over the last few years of operation of the business. They can have a look at the growth of the revenue, total orders, and also the top earning restaurants from this panel. Moving on, the admin can have a look and track all his vendors from this panel over here. In order to add a new vendor, they can go to the add new vendor column, click on that button, enter the vendor details such as name, email, phone number, restaurant name, and commission rate, and then click on next to add the vendor. They also have to enter the email address and password and then submit. Now the vendor successfully gets added to the database. In order to view and edit any details about the vendor, we can do so by clicking on the eye icon over there, and then we can also delete any vendor and his information by clicking on the delete button. Admin can change or edit all his subscription models by going to the subscription panel in the application. Here, he can delete any subscription model that he wants to and also add a new subscription model from the button, and then enter the necessary details such as the model title, price, annual price, its features, and then click on submit to add it. They can also edit their actions and delete or edit any upholding subscription currently by clicking on this button and adding the subscription model and clicking on submit. Next, we move to the revenue section. Through this panel, the admin can view and get the necessary vendor details of any of the past vendors. Similarly, from the commission panel, the admin can get all details such as the restaurant name, vendor name, current subscription model, their commission, and status. They can also delete something if they want to from this panel right here. Lastly, moving to the notification panel, the admin can go through all his notifications from here so that they don't miss anything. They can also add a new notification from here by entering the notification details such as the title, user base, primary CTA, secondary CTA, and schedule it and then click on submit. And the notification will be sent. This helps keep a track of all the past notifications that the restaurant has sent to its users. They can also delete a notification if they wish to by clicking on the delete button. The user can also edit or change any of the required details about themselves from their profile section. And finally, to log out of the application, they simply have to click on the logout button and then they get taken back to the login page. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you continue to watch other videos with Idea Usher. Have a nice day.